Hello everyone, my name is Ben, and in this video I will be showing you how to use the Pyramid Model Implementation Data System, or PIDS for short, dashboards. So I'm going to start with the home dashboard since that's what everyone sees when they log in. And on the home dashboard we have the news on the left and the fireworks in the center. So I'll start with the news. So the news contains application news, which is bug fixes, it's feature additions, and changes to the data system itself. It also contains program news, which is information from leadership teams and other program sources, and hub news, which is news from the hubs. You can scroll down to see older news, and I'll get into the all news button and more details of the news in a later video, but for now, if you want to hide the news, just go ahead and click the button in the bottom left, and that news will stay hidden until more recent news comes out, or you click the show news button. For now, I'll hide it just so it's out of our way. The other thing on the home dashboard is the fireworks. So for our launch, we've got the fireworks enabled by default, but if you want to disable them, just go ahead and click the button below them, and they'll stay off until you re-enable them. So now I'm going to go into one of the dashboards to demonstrate generally how they work. I'll go ahead and click the ASQSE screenings one since that's a good example. So on the dashboards you can expect to find information such as a chart and a list of items. Now I say items because depending on the dashboard it could be ASQSE screenings, or in this case it would be other social emotional screenings, behavior incidents reports, anything like that. So they all have a list, some of them have a chart, some don't. If they do have a chart, the little tip above will tell you what information is included in the chart, and you can hover over the elements of the chart to see details. Now on the top here you can see the add button. Depending on your role, that will or will not show up, and that's the same for the actions down here. If depending on your role you may not see the edit or delete buttons. Now for the table here, you can sort any of the columns, and you can search. So if I wanted to search for, say, the 12-month interval, I can search for that. Or if I wanted to search for a specific child, like Kimberly, I can search for that. Essentially the search will search across all of these columns and display the rows that match. So if I search for program, it will show all of the program 1 child rows, but it will also highlight any rows that have the program 1. Now all of the dashboards work in essentially the same way. They all have the table. Some, like I said, are missing the charts. And the only one that varies from this is the behavior incident report dashboard. Now it has the chart, it has the list, but below it also has a report. And I'll get into the details of this report later, but you should be aware that there can be more content on a dashboard below the other content. So if you can't find something, try scrolling down to make sure there's nothing below. The only other thing about the dashboards is these little numbers. Now the numbers each have a tooltip that tells you what they represent, and usually it is the count of the items that were either added in the past year, or in the case of employees, active employees and children that are active as of today. And each number is different, it has different criteria, so you should hover over them all so you get a sense of what they are. And that's about it for the dashboards. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.